I thought I was prepared for Hurricane Ian, but what I was not prepared for was 3 weeks without power. When the power went out, I had a 9,000 watt generator, extension cords, and what I thought was plenty of fuel. But after a few days, I realized the real problem wasn't making electricity. It was feeding the generator for an extended outage. Even when my house only needed a few hundred watts, the generator still had to run continuously. And after Hurricane Ian, finding fuel became nearly impossible. So that got me thinking, there had to be a better way. So instead of running a generator 24 hours a day, what if I only ran it long enough to rapidly charge a large power station? Shut the generator off and let the battery power everything until it needed another recharge. Would I use less fuel? Would I run the generator less? Would one power station perform noticeably better than another? That's exactly what we're going to find out. So for this video, I'll be using my RV as a testing platform because it allows me to repeat the exact same electrical loads for every test. Whether you're powering an RV or essential appliances in your home during a power outage, the results should be very similar. Now, before we talk about the power stations, let's start with the generator. So for this project, I'm using the AiVolt 2300 watt inverter generator. It has remote electric start, a 30 amp RV outlet, it's lightweight enough for one person to move, and it's relatively quiet for its size. Like every generator though, it still needs fuel, requires maintenance, makes noise, and produces exhaust fumes. So the goal of today's video isn't to replace the generator, it's to answer one question. How much do we actually need to run it when paired with a power station? Before testing any power stations, I wanted a baseline. So I powered my RV directly from the generator for a full 24 hours. During the day, I ran the air conditioner in eco mode, along with the refrigerator, Starlink, television, and my normal RV loads. At night, I switched the air conditioner to sleep mode, turned the television off, and continued running the refrigerator and Starlink. This exact load profile was used for every power station tested. The generator ran continuously for the full 24 hours, consuming an average of approximately 1.25 pounds of propane every hour, for a total of 29.9 pounds of propane. Remember that number because every power station has to beat it. Now, one more thing. I didn't receive these numbers from the manufacturers. Every number you're about to see came from my own real-world testing. Today's competitors are 4 very different power stations. Each one has its own strengths, and each one is designed for a slightly different customer. So rather than simply comparing specifications, I wanted to compare how they perform during a real emergency. This is a real-world test, and I found some interesting differences that I think you'll want to know about. Each power station started at 100%. The RV was powered entirely from that power station. When the battery reached approximately 10%, I started the generator while the RV continued drawing whatever power it needed. Once the battery reached 100%, I shut the generator back off. Solar remained connected throughout every test. We'll start with the smallest power station and work our way up. Let's start with the EBL. So this is the smallest power station in today's comparison, but it's also the lightest and easiest to carry. It's the only power station here with a wireless phone charging pad, and it also includes a built-in LED light. Now, those may sound like small features, but during a power outage, they're genuinely useful. When operating from its battery, the EBL delivered its full rated 2,400 watt inverter output. Its biggest limitation isn't the inverter, it's the charging system. The maximum AC charging rate I measured was approximately 1,200 watts. that's the slowest in today's comparison. It also ramps into that charging rate over several minutes instead of immediately reaching full power. Also, as the RV load increased beyond roughly 600 watts, the charging rate gradually decreased. While operating in UPS mode, the combined charging and output appeared to be limited to approximately 1,800 watts. Solar absolutely helps, but it still doesn't increase charging beyond 1,200 watts. Instead, it simply reduces how much power the generator has to provide. The EBL also doesn't include a 30 amp RV outlet, battery expansion, or a dedicated alternator charging input. Generator runtime, 7 hours and 11 minutes. Estimated propane, 9 pounds. Compared to running the generator continuously, the EBL reduced generator runtime by nearly 17 hours. The Bluetti immediately impressed me with its compact size. Considering it stores just over 3 kilowatt hours, it's incredibly small. It includes a 30 amp RV outlet, a 30 amp DC output, and a traditional 12 volt outlet, making it very RV friendly. Where it really stood out was its charging architecture. In turbo mode, it consistently accepted approximately 1,400 watts from the generator. Even while powering the RV, that charging rate remained essentially unchanged. Solar also continued charging the battery on top of the AC input, further reducing the load on the generator. Unlike the EBL, I never observed charging power decreasing as the RV load increased. Its compromises are mostly feature related. No battery expansion, no alternator charging, no built-in light, but overall, it performed extremely well. Generator runtime, 6 hours, 27 minutes. Estimated propane, 8.1 pounds. If space matters, and for most RV owners it does, take a look at the size difference between these power stations. The Jackery takes a different approach. It has one of the largest batteries here, a powerful 3,600 watt inverter, battery expansion, and can even pair with another unit for 240 volt output. According to Jackery's published specifications, the HomePower 3600 Plus supports up to 1,720 watts of AC charging. In my testing, the highest AC charging I measured from the generator was approximately 1,500 watts. However, when I added approximately 400 watts of solar, the total charging input increased to approximately 1,700 watts. The biggest limitation I found was during charging. While plugged into AC power, output was limited to approximately 1,440 watts. For some, that may not matter. For RV owners, it's something to consider. The Jackery is also the largest unit in today's comparison. It doesn't include a built-in light, alternator charging, or traditional 12-volt accessory outputs. Its 2 solar inputs also share a single MPPT controller. If you're using matching solar panels, that's generally not an issue, but different panels may not work together as efficiently. Generator runtime, 6 hours and 2 minutes. Estimated propane, 7.5 pounds. And finally, the Pecron. This power station surprised me. Actually, it impressed me. It has the largest battery, the highest inverter output, 30 amp AC input and output, 30 amp DC output, additional regulated 12 volt outputs, battery expansion ports with 240 volt capability, and dual independent MPPT controllers. Charging performance is where it separates itself. Using the included 30 amp connection, I measured approximately 3,200 watts of charging. While simultaneously powering the RV, total input increased to approximately 3,600 watts. Nothing else in today's comparison came close, and the generator runtime proved it. The one thing I wish Pecron had included is a serious alternator charging option. It does have a DC charging input, but it's limited to approximately 150 watts. For my style of RV travel, that's simply too slow. My EcoFlow Delta Pro 3 accepts approximately 800 watts from my alternator while driving. If Pecron increased that capability, this would probably become my personal RV power station. Generator runtime, 3 hours 15 minutes. Estimated propane, 7.3 pounds. Remember, our baseline required the generator to run 24 hours and consume 29.9 pounds of propane. Now look at what happened. EBL, 7 hours 11 minutes. Bluetti, 6 hours 27 minutes. Jackery, 6 hours 2 minutes. And finally, the Pecron, just 3 hours 15 minutes. Every power station dramatically reduced generator runtime. The biggest lesson I learned is that battery capacity is only part of the story. Charging architecture is just as important. Two power stations can have very similar battery capacities, yet require dramatically different generator runtimes because of the way they manage incoming power. The EBL offers excellent portability and convenience. The Bluetti impressed me with its compact size, power density, and charging behavior. The Jackery offers exceptional expandability, and the Pecron delivered the shortest generator runtime, while also providing the most flexibility. The best choice depends entirely on your priorities. Hopefully, these real-world tests help you decide which one is right for you. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which feature matters most to you. Battery capacity, fast charging, expandability, alternator charging, or something else. So until next time, stay charged.